Thong adjusted the files in his arms as he hurried down the long office hallway, his boss's sharp voice still ringing in his ears. Get the document from the storage room now. Thong, the client will be here in 10 minutes. Yeah. Ty muttered under his breath while walking faster. Maybe if you stopped ailing every 5 seconds, people could actually work peacefully. His shoes tapped loudly against the marble floor as he pushed open the heavy storage room door without even looking up. I got it. The word died in his throat right there between the shelves. His girlfriend stood pressed against one of her male friends, their lips locked together. Thong froze. For a second, his mind refused to process what he was saying. His girlfriend had well tangled in other man's shirt while the guy kissed her like this wasn't the first time. A box slipped from Ty's hand and crashed onto the floor. Both of them immediately pulled apart. Thong, his girlfriend's face turned pale, but Ty couldn't even hear her properly anymore. His chest felt tight, anger and disbelief twisting together painfully inside him as he stared at them in silence, before letting out a small laugh. Not because this was funny, because he was too angry to react properly. Wow, he said quietly. So this is why you were always busy? His girlfriend quickly stepped forward. Ty, listen to me. Don't. He raised a hand. Don't even try. The other guy awkwardly looked away. Bro, it's not what you think. Thong glares at him sharply. Then what is it, Yoga? Silence. His girlfriend bit her lip nervously. It just happened. Oh really? Ty scoffed. Look pretty. Practice it to me. Ty, please. How long? She stayed quiet. Thong's jaw clenched. I asked how long. Few months. That answer hit harder than expected. A few months, he repeated with a bitter smile. And all this time you acted like you liked me? I do love you. Stop lying. His voice turned cold enough to make her flinch. If you love me, you wouldn't look happier kissing him than you ever looked with me. The room became painfully silent. Thong bent down, picking up the fallen paper slowly, then looking at her one last time. You know what hurts the most? He asked. She looked at him with teary eyes. Ty, I would have forgiven anything if you had just been honest. Ty, he walked past her shoulder. But before leaving, he stopped near the door and said without turning back, We are done. Thong had barely walked a few steps away from the storage room when his phone started ringing. Boss. He closed his eyes for a second before answering. What took you so long? Shankuk's sharp voice came immediately. Did you go to another country to bring those files? Ty opened his mouth to answer, but his throat tightened. I was just. His voice cracked badly. There was sudden silence on the other side. Shankuk's tone changed instantly. Thong? Ty quickly looked away, forcing his breath to stay normal. Yes, sir. Do you? Why do you sound like you are crying? I am not. Then what happened? Nothing, sir. Thong. But Ty quickly cut the call before Shankar could hear his shaky breathing properly. He lowered the phone slowly and wiped his eyes angrily. This is embarrassing, he muttered. For a moment he thought about leaving, about not going back inside that room again. But Shankar had ordered him to bring those files, and if he returned empty-handed, his boss would definitely lose his temper again. Ty took a deep breath before turning back toward the storage room door. His hand hesitated for a handle, then he pushed it open and walked inside again. The moment Thong stepped inside again, the room became awkwardly silent. His girlfriend quickly wiped her face while the other avoided eye contact completely. They acted like they didn't exist. He walked straight toward the metal cabin and started searching for the file with trembling hands. His girlfriend slowly approached him. Ty, please say something. He pulled open the drawer hard enough to make noise echo in the room. What do you want to say? I made a mistake. Thong laughed quietly. You kissed him by mistake? She looked down guiltily. I was confused. No, he replied coldly. You were selfish. The other man finally spoke carefully. Look, man, we didn't want you to find out like this. Thong turned toward him with an expressionless face. Oh, so you planned to continue behind my back longer? That's not what I mean. Then stop talking. The guy immediately went silent. Tong finally found the file his boss wanted and slammed the cabin shut. His girlfriend grabbed his wrist before he could leave. Ty, please, don't end things like this. He looked down at her hand, holding him, then slowly removed it. You already ended it when you chose him. Her eyes filled with tears. I still cared about you, but not enough. That one sentence completely silenced her. Tong looked at both of them one last time before walking out again, this time without stopping. Tong entered the office quietly, holding the file tightly in his hands. Shankuk was sitting behind the desk, reading something carefully, but the moment Tai walked in, he looked up, Tong, and frowned immediately. Tong, Tai stopped near the desk. Yes, sir. Shankuk slowly placed the papers down. What happened? Tong blinked in surprise. That was the first thing his boss asked. Not about the file, not about the meeting, not about him. Nothing happened, sir. He tried to sound normal, but his voice betrayed him badly. Shankuk was noticed it. His eyes narrowed slightly as he leaned back in his chair. Then why do you sound like you were crying? Tai quickly looked away. I am fine. Shankuk gave him a small scoff. Tong, I have working with you for 2 years. This isn't your normal voice. Silence. Tell me, what happened in the storage room? The eyes crept around the file, tightened for a second. One tension a second. He wanted to laugh bitterly and say, your daughter was whispering on me. He wanted to throw all his anger at Jungkook. He wanted to, because somehow it felt unfair that the man sitting in front of him looked calm while his world was burning. But Tai swallowed everything back down. He took a deep breath and forced himself to walk forward. Here is the file, sir. Shankuk kept staring at him carefully. Tong. But Tai quickly placed the folder on the desk and turned it toward the door before his emotion embarrassed him even more. Tong was about to open the door when suddenly, Tong, a warm hand grabbed his wrist. Before he could react, Shankuk pulled him back gently. Tong stumbled slightly and ended up standing right in front of him, too close. Their faces were only inches apart. Tai's breath got stuck in his throat instantly. His heartbeat started racing wildly, and when his hand accidentally pressed against Shankuk's chest while trying to balance himself, he froze. Shankuk's heartbeat was too fast, loud enough for Tai to feel it. For a second, neither of them moved. Tong found himself staring into Shankuk's eyes, completely lost in them, and Shankuk was looking at him the same way, like he was trying to read every emotion on Tai's face. Then Shankuk spoke quietly. Tong, I have known you for 2 years now. His grip loosened slightly around Tai's wrist. Tell me what happened. Tai quickly looked away and tried pulling his hand back. My personal life is none of your business, sir. Shankuk stared on him. Oh, he said slowly. So it's about your personal life? Silence. Is it about you and Hani? The moment her name left Shankuk's mouth, Tong's expression turned cold instantly. He yanked his hand away from Shankuk harshly. You know what? Tai laughed bitterly. Yes, fuck your job and fuck this situation too. Shankuk looked shocked hearing him curse for the first time. Your daughter cheated on me. Tai continued angrily. On me, the man who loved her like an idiot. His voice shook painfully. I gave her everything, so much love that maybe she got tired of it. Shankuk stayed silent, and that silence hurt even more. So yeah, Tai said with a hollow laugh. Your daughter is a cheater. Still, no response. Tong's eyes became glossy again as he stares at him. Now, what happened, Mr. John? He asked sarcastically. Why are you quiet now? Shankuk opened his mouth slightly, but no words came out. Tai chuckled bitterly. What? Lost your words? He whispered. Or they are stuck in your throat. Shankuk stared at Tong silently for a few seconds before speaking softly. Tong, calm down. First, Tai laughed angrily. Calm down? Your daughter cheated on me and you are telling me to calm down? I am not defending her. Then say something. Shankuk stepped closer again. You are hurt right now. No, shit, sir. Tai, don't call me that. Tong tried moving away, but Shankuk suddenly caught his arm again, strong, firm. Tae, stop trying to run away. Every time you are hurting. Let go of me. No. Tong looked up at him angrily. Why do you even care this much? Shankuk was silent. This silence made Tae even more frustrated. See? Tae scoffed. You don't even know yourself. He tried pulling away again, but Shankuk pulled him closer instead. Mr. Jeon, stop talking for a second. Their faces ended up dangerously close again. Tong could feel Shankuk's warm breath against his skin. His heartbeat became uncontrollably fast. Why are you looking at me like that? Tae whispered unconsciously. Shankuk's eyes slowly moved over his face. Because you look like you are about to break. Something about those words shattered the last bit of control Tae had left. His eyes filled again instantly. Shankuk's expression softened. Without thinking, he lifted his hand and held Tae's face gently. Tae. Tong froze completely. His breathing turned uneven as Shankuk's thumb brushed near his cheek softly. This is wrong. Tae whispered weakly, but Shankuk didn't move away. Instead, he leaned closer, and before Tong could process anything, Shankuk kissed him. Tong's eyes widened immediately. His mind went completely blank. Tong's eyes stayed wide for a few seconds. He should have pushed Shankuk away. He should have stopped him immediately. But he didn't. Slowly, his eyes closed, and Shankuk kissed him softly again. Just warm, careful, almost like he was trying to comfort him without words. Tong's fingers slowly tightened around Shankuk's shirt. Shankuk felt it instantly. His hand moved gently to Tae's waist, pulling him a little closer. Tae, he whispered against his lip. The voice alone made Tong's heart shake. He was wrong, so wrong. His ex-girlfriend's father, his boss, a man older than him. Everything about this situation screamed at him to stop. But the way Shankuk was holding him so carefully after Tae had spent the whole day feeling broken, it made his chest shudder. Shankuk kissed him once more softly, and this time Tong kissed him back for real. Shankuk froze for half a second before kissing him again immediately. Softer, deeper. Tong's grip on his shirt tightened as he unconsciously stepped closer. Then suddenly he pulled it back slightly, breathing unevenly. No, this is. Before he could finish, Shankuk kissed him again, like he didn't want that to overthink. Tong's mind completely went, telling him to stop. This is wrong. This will ruin everything. But his heart wanted this warmth, wanted discomfort, wanted Shankuk. So after a few seconds of hesitation, Tong slowly closed his eyes again and let his heart win. The office door suddenly opened. Both Tong and Shankuk pulled away instantly. Tong's eyes widened in panic while Shankuk quickly stepped away. Adjusting his tie calmly, the client standing near the door blinked suspiciously. Am I interrupting something? Nothing. Shankuk answered smoothly. Tong quickly wiped his lips and looked away in embarrassment. The client still looked doubtful but eventually walked inside. Shankuk immediately switched back to his professional self. Please have a seat, he said politely. Tong stares at him in stellar disbelief. How was this man acting normal right now? Just a second ago, they were kissing, and now Jungkook was casually discussing business like nothing had happened. Meanwhile, Tae felt like his brain was about to explode. The meeting started quietly. Jungkook discussed contract and numbers with the client while Tong stood silently near the wall, avoiding eye contact completely. He could still feel Jungkook's lips on his thigh. Tong looked at the empty chair beside him. Sit down. I'm fine standing, sir. That wasn't a question. The client awkwardly looked between them. Tong shook his head stubbornly. I said I'm fine. Before he could finish, Jungkook suddenly stood up. Tong looked confused. Sir? Without saying anything, Jungkook grabbed a chair from nearby place, placed it beside himself, then gently pushed Tong down onto it. Sit properly. Tong stared at him in shock. The client looked shocked too. Jungkook simply continued the meeting, normally like he hadn't just done that. Tong sat there stiffly, completely unable to focus. His eyes slowly moved toward Jungkook again. The man looked perfectly calm while talking to the client confidently, and that genuinely suddenly couldn't understand it. How could Jungkook recover from the kiss so easily? Because Taeyong was losing his mind. His heart was still racing, his lips still tingled, and inside his head a whole damn war was happening. Taeyong reached home that night, completely feeling drained. His mind couldn't stop replaying everything: his girlfriend cheating, his breakup, Jungkook the kiss, and then that kiss again, softer, warmer, like it still hadn't left his skin. He sat on the edge of the bed, burying his face in his hand. What the hell is happening to me? He muttered. What if she finds out? What if this ruins everything? His thoughts spiraled faster and faster. He didn't even notice the door opening. You have seen my charger? Taeyong flinched so hard he nearly fell off the bed. Jin Young? Jin walked in casually, then stopped at mid-step. He narrowed his eyes immediately. Why are you sweating like that? Taeyong quietly sat up straight. I am not sweating. Jin walked closer slowly, suspiciously. You look like someone just stole your soul. Taeyong shook his head fast. No, nothing happened. Jin tilted his head. Then suddenly he leaned in. Oh my. Jin smirked. My boy is thinking about her again, Taeyong's eyes widened. No, it's not about that. Jin tapped Taeyong's forehead lightly. Then what is it? Taeyong broke instantly. Everything is messed up. Jin blinked. Okay, start from the beginning. Taeyong stood up quickly, placing the room. She cheated on me. I saw it. In the storage room, I broke up with her. I was done, completely done. Jin nodded slowly. Okay. Taeyong pointed at himself. And then I went to my boss. Jin raised an eyebrow. Your strict boss? Yes. And? Taeyong stopped walking. And I kissed him. Silence. Jin stared. You what? Taeyong covered his face. I didn't plan it. It just happened. I was angry and hurt. And he was hurt? Jin interrupted immediately. Jin Young. Jin held up his hand. Sorry. Continue. Taeyong groaned. It happened twice. He kissed me again. I don't know why I didn't stop him. I should have stopped it. This is so wrong. He's my boss. He's my ex-girlfriend's father. If anyone finds out, I am dead. Jin blinked slowly. Okay, first of all, breathe. Taeyong kept pacing. No, I can't breathe. What if Honey finds out? What if he regrets it? What if I lose my job? What if I... Jin suddenly grabbed his shoulder. Taeyong, that froze. Looking at him seriously now. Listen to me, one thing at a time. Taeyong swallowed. I don't even know what I am doing anymore. Jin sighed and pushed him to sit down. Okay. Jin said calmly. You are panicking because you feel guilty? Taeyong nodded quickly. Yes. But you also liked it. Taeyong froze again. That's not helping. Jin smirked. It's the truth though. Taeyong buried his face in his hands again. I'm so doomed. Jin sat beside him and sighed. Alright, first problem, cheating ex. Done. Not your problem anymore. Taeyong picked it up. Okay. Second problem, your boss situation. Taeyong whispered. That's worse. Jin nodded. Yeah, that one is complicated. Taeyong groaned. Complicated is an underestimated. Jin patted his head lightly. Just don't spiral too much. You will figure it out. Taeyong looked at him helplessly. How am I supposed to go to work tomorrow? Jin shrugged. Try not kissing your boss again. Jin Young. Taeyong buried his face in his hands again. I can't go back there, he muttered. I can't look at him after that. Jin leaned back on the bed, arm crossed. So, what's your plan? Quit your job and disappear? Taeyong picked through his fingers. That sounds better than facing him. Jin sighed. You are being dramatic. I kissed my boss, Jin Young, and Jin raised an eyebrow. Did he bite you? Taeyong groaned loudly and flopped back on the bed. This is not funny. Jin smirked lightly. It is little funny. Taeyong turned his head sharply. You are not helping. Okay. Jin raised his hand in surrender. Listen, you are panicking because you think everything changes in one night. Taeyong stares at the ceiling. Because it did. Jin shook his head. No, what changes is just you got emotionally overwhelmed and did something impulsive. Taeyong turned it slightly. And him? Jin shrugged. What about him? He kissed me too? Chin paused for a second, then narrowed his eyes. You're strict? Serious? Never smile in office, boss? Tong nodded slowly. Chin leaned forward. Yeah, that's not impulsive behavior. Silence fell. Tong's chest tightened again. So, what does that mean? Chin looked at him carefully now. It means he also wanted it. Tong shook his head immediately. No, no. He was just. He saw me crying. I was emotional. It was a mistake. Chin flickered his forehead lightly. Stop overthinking. Tong whispered. Oh, Jin sir, listen, right now you're scared because it's your boss, and because it's complicated, and because you just came out of breakup. Tong stays silent. Chin continued softer now. But running away won't fix anything. Tong whispered. Then what am I supposed to do? Jin stood up, stretching. Go to work tomorrow. Tong shot up. What? Chin pointed at him. Act normal. Tong looked horrified. Normal? After kissing him? Chin nodded. Yes. Tong shook his head rapidly. I can't. I will die. Chin smiled. Oh, you will find out what happened next. Tong froze slightly. Jin walked toward the door, then puzzled. And Tong, yeah, stop assuming you done it your life. You don't even know what it is at. Then he walked out. The door clicked shut. Tong sat there in silence again. His heart still wasn't calm. And somewhere deep inside his mind, Shankuk's face kept coming back. Calm, close, too close, and impossible to ignore. Next morning already felt heavier than usual for Tong. He stood outside the office building, hesitation for a few seconds before finally stepping inside. Just act normal, just act normal. He kept repeating it in his head like a broken record. But the moment he reached the elevator, his step froze. Shankuk was already there, standing straight, calm, hand in his pocket like nothing in the world had happened. Tong's eyes widened instantly. For a second, he forgot how to breathe. Of all places, why here? He quickly lowered his gaze and bowed slightly. Good morning, sir. His voice out, smaller than expected. Shankuk glanced at him. Morning. That one word felt way too normal, too calm, too dangerous. Tong pressed the button quickly, planning to step back and wait for another elevator. I will take the next. Before he could finish, Shankuk suddenly grabbed his wrist. Tong froze. Sir, Shankuk didn't say anything. The elevator door opened and he gently pulled Tong inside with him. Tong's heart dropped instantly, and the door closed. Silence filled in the small space. Too suffocating. Tong stood stiffly in the one corner, refusing to look at him. Shankuk stood on the opposite side, equally silent. Neither spoke, not a word. Just the sound of the elevator moving upward. Tong kept his eyes fixed on the floor. His mind was screaming, say something, anything. Why is he acting like this? Does he regret it? Is he angry? Does he? Before his thought could spiral further, the elevator dinged. Floor reached. The door opened. Tong didn't wait a second. He stepped out immediately. I will go ahead, sir, he said quickly without looking back. Shankuk didn't respond. Tong walked fast down the hallway, heart still racing like crazy. Behind him, Shankuk stepped out slowly a few seconds later, and just like that, they entered the office separately. No words, no explanation, just silence hanging between them, like something unfinished. All day in the office, Tong couldn't bring himself to look at Shankuk. Every time he sensed movement near his desk, he immediately lowered his head. He kept pretending to read file, pretending to type, pretending to be normal. But nothing felt normal. His bangs kept falling over his eyes as if they could hide everything. His embarrassment, his confusion, the memory of yesterday from across the office. Shankuk didn't say a single unnecessary word. Cold. Exactly like before. Like nothing had happened. Send this report to finance. Shankuk said once, passing by. Yes, sir. Tong replied quietly without looking up. That was it. No tension in the tone. No mention of the elevator. No mention of the kiss. Just distance. And the silence was somehow worse than anger. Tong's fingers tightened around his pain. If he ignores it or pretending it didn't happen, or does he regret it? His thoughts kept twisting. At one point, Jungkook walked past his desk again. Taeyong instinctively lowered his head even more, pretending to focus hard on the screen. Jungkook stopped at half a second, just pause, then continued walking. The small pause alone made Taeyong's heart jump, but nothing followed. No words, no look, just cold professionalism again. By afternoon, Taeyong was mentally exhausted. He felt like he was carrying something heavy inside his chest all day, something he couldn't drop or explain. And Jungkook stayed the same, unreadable, unshaken, as if nothing in the world shifted between them. But Tong knew one thing for sure: something had changed, even if neither of them was ready to say it out loud. The doorbell rang and Jungkook frowned, stepping out of the bathroom with a towel wrapped around his waist, still dripping slightly from the shower. Who is it at this hour? He opened the door and froze. Taeyong was standing there, holding a small box tightly in his hand, looking nervous, out of breath, like he had rushed all the way here. Jungkook blinked once. Taeyong? Tae quickly lowered his eyes. I'm sorry, sir. Jungkook glanced up at him carefully. What are you doing here? Taeyong lifted the box slightly. I just came to return this. Jungkook looked at it. Return what? That's all right. Things from your daughter? A heavy silence fell between them. Jungkook's expression changed slightly, but before he could say anything, Taeyong's eyes hesitantly tilted, and he saw him properly. Fate here, photo still trailing down his shoulder, bare chest, and the towel still sitting low on his waist. Taeyong's brain completely short-circuited. Oh, he quickly looked away. I didn't know you were taking bath. Jungkook finished calmly. Taeyong nodded fast. Yes. Jungkook studied him for a moment, then stepped slightly closer. Then why are you here, Taeyong? I told you to return things. But his voice didn't sound confident at all. Jungkook noticed his gaze lowered for a second, then went back to Taeyong's face. You are lying. Taeyong scoffed. I am not. Jungkook tilted his head slightly. Then why are you shaking? I am not. But Jungkook stepped closer again, cutting the distance between them. Taeyong instinctively stepped back until his back lightly hit the wall. Jungkook placed one hand beside him, tracking him there gently. Look at me. Taeyong hesitated. They slowly looked up. Their eyes met, too close again, too intense again. Taeyong's breath hitched slightly. He started but stopped. Jungkook's voice softened a little. You came all the way here just to return a box? Taeyong couldn't answer because the truth was sitting right in his chest. Jungkook noticed the silence, a faint smirk appearing on his face. You are terrible at lying. Taeyong frowned slightly. I'm not lying. Then why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Jungkook leaned in just a little more. Like you wanna touch it? Taeyong's heart pounded. His hand, without him realizing, tightened, lightly touched Jungkook's chest. For balance, he froze immediately. Jungkook glanced down at his hand, then back at him. A lie. Jungkook murmured. Taeyong panicked. It was accidental. But Jungkook suddenly cocked his wrist gently, not rough, just firm enough to stop him from pulling away. And in one slow motion, he pulled Taeyong a little closer. Taeyong, he hesitated softly. Taeyong looked up at him again. Their faces were dangerously close. What are you doing? Taeyong whispered. Jungkook didn't answer immediately. He just looked at him for a long second, then very quickly. You keep showing up like this and I'm still asking question you already know the answer to? Taeyong's breath trembled. I don't know what you mean, he whispered. Jungkook's hand moved slightly to his waist, steadying him. Then let me show you. And before Taeyong could react, Jungkook leaned in and kissed him again. Slow, intentional, not rushed. Taeyong's eyes widened for a second, then slowly closed his grip, tightened slightly on Jungkook's chest again. The box in his hand slipped a little and fell on the floor, forgotten. Everything else faded, just them and the silence between them, people who were no longer pretending nothing had happened.